Hello everyone. Welcome back to Rank Talks Bowl for yet another Watchalong stream, and this is a very special one. I've been taking L's with Liverpool, but it was just about time that the international break came back and we got to see the World Cup champions, the back-to-back Copa America champions, Argentina, back in the World Cup qualifiers against Uruguay, one of the best teams in the world as well, one of the few teams that, in my opinion, have been able to trouble us and really cause issues, beating us in that game in La Bombonera a bit over a year ago. And yeah, I mean, it's going to be a huge one playing here in the legendary Estadio Centenario that hosted the very first World Cup and the final that was played between these two teams in that inaugural edition of football's biggest tournament. Absolutely packed with Uruguay fans who are very excited for their national team under Marcelo Bielsa, and with a lot of exciting and world-class players. But obviously Argentina don't want to back down. We want to qualify for the World Cup as soon as possible. I think that it's fair to assume that Argentina are going to qualify anyway, despite of what happens in this game. But it would be fantastic to win, to continue in a good momentum, to prove ourselves that we are still the best national team in the world, and to do so with a lot of injuries that we're going to go over when we check the lineups. But yeah, I think that's enough of an introduction. I have a new background here with all of the other Argentina shirts that I own, and with this one, this flag that was there with me. It's very small, but as you see it's very powerful. It kept me company during the 2022 World Cup, and so I keep it as a good luck charm. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Hello to Crate once again, who already, the stream hadn't even started and Crate has already become a member for 3 months. Welcome to the Bowlers. You were already a bowler, but thank you so much for staying here for longer, and I hope that you enjoy your stay, that you enjoy the videos that are going to be coming out very soon. I already have the script ready, and I'm going to start producing the video that was voted by the members of the channel very soon. And obviously you will be able to vote on the next few polls, use the emotes in the chat and everything, all that's good stuff. Hello to Sebbol as well. Also, thank you Craig for gifting one membership that went over to Karun. So Karun, thank you, welcome to the members of the channel, welcome to the bowlers, and thank you so much once again to Great for gifting that membership. As always, thank you so much for the support. Yes, all of the other shares. This one, World Cup 1994, it's like a re-edition. It's not original, but it's a re-edition. World Cup 1994, this one is away jersey. This one's away jersey, Russia 2018. And this one is Copa America 2024 with the World Cup winning badge, the 3 stars. This one is World Cup 2022, obviously still with the 2 stars. Here the Qatar logo and everything. But yeah, those are the Argentinian shirts that I own so far. Not a single Swedish broadcaster shows South American World Cup qualifiers. That's a real shame. They're probably showcasing Malta, Finland, or Cyprus, San Marino. They're too busy to show, I don't know, Uruguay, Argentina, which I guess it's understandable. Why don't Argentina pick Garnacho? Thank you so much for joining, Theo. Well, I believe that Garnacho has not had a good season so far with United, and that there are many players in his position that have been performing to a better level, as we'll see in the starting 11 and also on the bench. I think that the call-ups that some of these players got were deserved, and that Garnacho is a good player and could be a prospect for the future. He's still very young, but for now, considering his current form and the current form of some of the players in his position, it's fair that he has been left behind of the squad. Argentina is number 2 behind Spain at the moment. We'll see about that. Well, Spain did get a draw away against the Netherlands in the Nations League quarterfinals. It wasn't the most impressive of performances from Spain, I gotta say. Their pressing was really good, especially in the first half, and they did create some very good plays, but after that they looked very shaky defensively. The midfield wasn't great on the day, And I think that Spain are not a perfect team whatsoever. Argentina are not a perfect team either. I think that international football as a whole is very, very close and very competitive. Nowadays, a lot of teams can beat anybody. And yeah, I think that it's going to come down to on the day. I still think that Argentina are just way too more proven than Spain. And we've been consistently at the top for a longer period at this point. Yes, Argentina did lose to Colombia and Paraguay in undeserving fashion, but yes, those are real stats. Yeah, the membership seems to be working right now. Hello, Matt. Thank you so much for tuning in on the train back to Bristol on my way back home from Wembley. Congratulations on the win, Matt's England beating Albania 2-0 to kick off their World Cup qualifying campaign, the first game with Thomas Tuchel in charge. And yeah, we saw your flag in the in the broadcast. It was very, very cool. You have the 2022 cup that if was giving. That's funny. Yeah, I don't think I got that one. What other wingers do you have? We're gonna check the lineup, and we have to check it very soon because the national anthems are already playing. Hello, Santiago Lebro. Thank you so much for joining once again. Welcome to the stream. Yes, this is the River Plate derby, they call it. Between basically the oldest football rivalry outside of the home islands, I'd say. You cannot watch in full volume, that's fair. If you are watching the game with other people, that makes complete sense. Does Mastantuono get into the Argentina senior team, or is he still with the under-20s? He's still with the under-20s. He's been called up for that. He's not with the senior squad, but obviously a very, very exciting young prospect coming from River Plate. Otamendi is the captain, yes. Let me pull up the lineups. I haven't even opened Furmov so far because we need to check the lineups for both teams, because obviously there are interesting topics to talk about on both of the lineups here. Hello to the Alchemist. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome to the stream. The Rat Di Maria. No, Di Maria has already retired from the national team, and that's completely fine and understandable. It's time to let go of some players. If Otamendi wants to stay, I don't mind it for now, especially because Lisandro is injured and the other options aren't really that strong. So yeah, I'm not really too mad about that. I'll thank those memberships later. Hold on, let me check the lineups because we don't have a lot of time before the game actually begins. So here are the lineups. The home side, Uruguay, with Rochette in goal, Matias Olivera as the left back, Josema Jimenez, Ronald Araujo, and Nathan Nandes at the right back position. Going with a back four. A few hours ago, I thought that they were going to go with a back three with Jimenez, Olivera, and Araujo, but instead choosing to go with a back four and Nathan Nandes as that right back. Midfield of Rodrigo Bentancur, Georgian de Arrascaeta, and Federico Valverde. You could make the argument, hear me out, that Valverde is the best player on the pitch currently. I don't think that's a wild statement to make, considering that the form that he's been for years already for Real Madrid. Maxi Araujo on the left, Darwin Núñez as the striker, and Facundo Pelistri as the right winger. The starting in lineup for Uruguay, which I think it's pretty much the lineup that everybody expected. De Arrascaeta is a bit surprising because he had lost his position with Nicolás de la Cruz, who I suspect is on the bench. There he is. Brian Rodriguez was someone who was rumored who could start in this game, but in the end it's not going to be the case. So overall, I think that it's the sort of expected lineup coming from Uruguay here. Meanwhile, on the side of Argentina, Dibu Martinez in goal, back four, the tried and true Molina, Cristian Romero, Otamendi the captain, and Nicolás Tagliafico as the left back. Midfield of Enzo Fernandez, Leandro Paredes, and McAllister. Now, these three players have shared a lot of minutes together in the national team. Funnily enough, they've never started a game together, all three of them. They've never started a game. That was a very funny stat that I found. First start for this specific midfield, even though, of course, Paredes was subbed in and plenty of times, and we saw this combination of midfield many times for Argentina. First time that we're seeing it since the start of the game. And the news obviously coming in the attack. Julian Alvarez, the striker, no surprise, but Giovanni Simeone on the right wing and Thiago Almada on the left. Obviously, with the injury of Lionel Messi, that means that, well, he's not on the squad. He's obviously not going to be in the 11, but that's already a huge change in Argentina and something very weird seeing an Argentina lineup without Messi. Here we have it. And also Lautaro Martinez being injured and dropped out of the squad. Paulo Dybala would have been other option that could have played in the attack, also injured. And so we are left with this. Lautaro could have even started alongside Julian Alvarez, as it's something that we've seen in the past few matches for Argentina, playing both Julian and Lautaro. But since Lautaro is injured, obviously, we're going to have to go with this. Giuliano Simeone, amazing form for Atletico Madrid. I think that deserved to get a starting position in this game. His debut with the senior team, he's already shown great stuff with the Olympic team over in Paris in 2024. And someone who shined in Paris as well, Thiago Almada, basically the captain of the under-23s back then. And yeah, amazing, fantastic player now. Won the Copa Libertadores last year with Botafogo, and now he's putting all of his talent for Olympique Lyon alongside Tagliafico. So yeah, fantastic to see Thiago Almada starting. I was really expecting Nico Gonzalez to be starting in this position, but instead we have this combination of attack that I'm very, very excited to see. It's definitely the new generation, all of the new guys playing here. And we're already very close to the start of the game because I was yapping so much. There we go. We're underway in the Estadio Centenario, Uruguay against Argentina, the World Cup champions for the World Cup qualifiers here. And yes, quick predict. I'm going to say 1-1 draw. I think that it's going to be a draw. The game at home against Brazil is the game that I'm aiming to win. If we get 4 points, two things. We still remain number 1 in the FIFA rankings, and also we secure qualification to the 2026 World Cup, which would be fantastic considering it's only March. Even with a win here, mathematically we're still not qualified, but it would be like impossible for us to miss the World Cup. But you know, it is what it is. Mathematically, even with a win here, we cannot. So we have to get 4 points this window to secure qualification for sure. Lots of things over here. Well, the game has already started and Uruguay is going in the attack. I realize now that Uruguay is playing on baby blue, and that makes the scoreboard thing very, very misleading. But I don't know if I can select any better than this, which is annoying for sure. It's one I tried. It's even worse than the previous one. I guess we're gonna stick with this. But Uruguay is playing on baby blue and Argentina are playing with the home shirt as well. That special edition that they made, kind of retro, that I love so much. So yeah, hello to the Alchemist. And the losses against Colombia and Paraguay were last year, and the fact that... Exactly, I think that Argentina have been extremely consistent. Yes, we've dropped a few games here in the World Cup qualifiers. I still believe that we are the best team in the world. Spain won the Euros. They are fantastic as well. It's very, very close. Anybody could beat anybody on their day. Uruguay could beat us today. It wouldn't be surprising, especially since they are at home, but they are also a fantastic team, and they beat us playing on the road in our home stadium over a year ago, and so it wouldn't be really surprising for that. Crate, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships on top of the gifted membership that you get before. A Peaceful Friend, Elijah, Friday Mind, Cielo Noir, and Nick have become members of the channel thanks to Crate. So welcome to everyone, to the bowlers, and thank you so much to Crate once again for gifting those memberships, as Uruguay has the first approach of the game, but that's an easy catch for Emiliano Martinez. Shout out to Elijah. Thank you so much for joining, man. Appreciate it. And yeah, everybody thank Crate for those memberships that give you all the benefits of the channel. Basically, you get access to the emojis that you can use right now in the chat, you get early access to my videos, you get to vote on the monthly polls to choose the topic of the next video, all that good stuff. Yes, Almada over Garnacho. Currently, I rate Almada over Garnacho, and especially considering what Almada has done with the national team so far, compared to what Garnacho has done with the national team so far. It is what it is. I think that Almada is not only a better player than Garnacho, but is a better national team player than Garnacho, at least currently. I'm not denying that Garnacho could be better in the future, but right now, it's deserved that Garnacho is not on the squad and that Almada gets this opportunity to start. I still do think that Spain is better nowadays, but using specific losses instead of functionality in a thing, any team can lose on a bad day. Exactly. Yes, my predict is the 1-1 draw that I said. Where is Ezequiel Palacios? I believe he's on the bench, but he hasn't really been a starter for the midfield. I think that this is what makes sense for Argentina, for sure. Remember, Craig, if you're ahead, no spoilers in the chat. I moved it away from here so that you can see the shirts, but it's over here, no spoilers in the chat. That applies to everybody. If you see something happen in the game, don't comment about it until you see my reaction, because obviously that will kind of spoil my reaction and it will ruin the whole reason why I'm doing the watch-along. Kevin, thank you so much for joining. Welcome to the stream. A lot of people here today. Also, Patrick, thank you so much for joining. Arman, you as well. Yeah, the new shield of the AFA looks fantastic on that retro shirt. It's to commemorate the 50 years of Adidas and Argentina working together, and so yeah, they made that special edition retro shirt that looks fantastic, and I wish I had, but it's so expensive and I don't want to get a bootleg, so it is what it is. Colombia have now lost 3 consecutive games. Yes, they've lost to Uruguay, they've lost to Ecuador, and now they've lost to Brazil. Very strong sides, but it's kind of weird how Colombia were so consistently good at not losing before. They had a really long unbeaten streak that was only broken in the Copa America final against Argentina, and now they lose 3 games in a row. Pretty tough situation that Colombia is going through right now, but obviously I still think that they'll go to the World Cup, no problem. Divo's 50th match with the national team, amazing achievement for Emiliano Martinez, now 2-time Copa America champion and World Cup champion, obviously, and with key saves in all 3 of those tournaments. 5 goals and 7 assists. Listen, it is what it is. I don't think that Garnacho deserves to be in the national team. We're simply that good. We are stacked in players. Garnacho is having a good season. Cool. I don't think he deserves to be in the national team right now. Maybe in the future. It is what it is. Yes, Palacios is on the bench. Chile is not playing right now. Aisha Speed has more goals in 2025 than Garnacho. That's crazy. Vidal did say that Vidal said that Argentina was going to be an easier match than Paraguay on the road, which I don't think it's true, but it is what it is. You know, Vidal has spoken many times. Let him speak, and we'll let the football speak on our side. Oh, I had to catch up with the chat. I've been reading so much that I've barely been looking at the game, but it seems like things have been very peaceful so far. Uruguay have had most of the possession, and they did have that one attempt that was easily saved by Emi Martinez, but so far it seems like it's a calm game. Dude, no, my flag fell off. What? It's cursed. It's so cursed. Chat. We're not winning this one already. Where can I even put this? I don't think I can put it anywhere. We're gonna keep it over here. Hold on. Why do I have you guys here for? Enzo and Mac on racism. I already made that video about the Enzo situation, you know. He did a mistake. A very bad mistake, but a mistake. And he apologized for it. And Mac, not even sure what the McAllister allegation was, but fair enough, man. Vidal speaks and then gets his ass beaten. Exactly, that's always how it works. His children are still asleep, which is crazy to think about. Vidal's children have been asleep for over 8 years now. Easy catch for Divo Martinez on that cross. Playing it quickly, let's see if we can make something happen here in the counter-attack. Julian Alvarez cannot get to that ball. And so Uruguay reclaim possession and play it back over to Rochet. Alright, great. See you in a bit. On my shoulder, the flag. Okay. It's like very cursed. Something like this. I guess that works. Yeah, I mean, Bolivia has gotten good results away to Chile, funnily enough, but I guess that's just because Chile are incredibly bad and inconsistent. But yeah, it's funny how Bolivia basically got 3 positive results away to Chile when they basically never got positive results away from home. How is Garnacho Manu Ginobili? That's not a comparison. Never. Killed by association. Bad pass from Pelistri. Tagliafico gathers the ball, makes an interception and gets fouled. So free kick for Argentina. Welcome back, great. Nobody scored yet. Long ball for Thiago Almada. Ronald Araujo wins the duel and is able to boot the ball away, but Argentina still have the ball. Not anymore. But that was a good approach. Still no clear team dominating the game, but already a rough tackle on Pelistri. Wonder if that's gonna be a yellow card. Apparently not. But we know that these matches tend to get very, very heated. McAllister also collided. Yeah, McAllister fouled Pelistri, but it was more like a clash, so I don't think that was deserving of a yellow card. But yeah, McAllister also took a blow from that. These matches get very, very heated, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see many yellow cards and a scramble, a fight in the pitch at some point. Okay, you delayed the match so you can spoil. You can have. Okay, thank you for that. You can have the match ahead. Just if something happens, don't type it in the chat until my reaction comes online. That way, everyone wins. Who would you pull from the 2014 team into this team? Well, into this very team, 2014 Messi, obviously. This is a Messi-less team, and if we had an even younger and prime Messi, what even is Messi's prime? We don't know, but Messi on the pitch that outside of it, for sure. Argentina wins 7-1? No way, I doubt it. Very much doubt it. It can't be Argentina or Di Maria. From that 2014 team, someone like Mascherano or Ezequiel Lavesi, I think those would be 2 very, very good players. Because I don't really think we need another striker, an Higuain or an Agüero. So someone like Lavezzi would be really good on the wing right now. Romero, nor while having Dibu. No way. Emi Martinez is so much better than Romero. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome back. The game so far pretty dull, being honest. Uruguay have had most of the ball, and I suppose that they've tried to attack a tiny bit more, but there's no team dominating. No clear chances have been created, and yeah, teams are just kind of scouting each other so far. Romero when he had hands. Yeah, USA losing to Panama was crazy. Insanely tough loss for the US at home in an empty stadium last minute against Panama once again, team that has been taking the US number many times in the past few encounters. And Waterman celebrating with his idol, Titi Henry. Crazy stuff. Henry. Yeah, USA should be better. But USA is incredibly inconsistent as of right now. They have a good ceiling, but they never seem to meet it, which I can imagine is very frustrating for USMNT fans. And the manager has already changed, and I'm not saying that Pochettino is a brilliant manager, but he's definitely better than Greg. I think that at some point you gotta start looking at the players. Do you think Lautaro needs to leave Inter to win a Ballon d'Or? I mean, for Lautaro to win a Ballon d'Or, he needs to have a incredibly dominant season, basically win, I don't know, treble, being the top goal scorer in the Champions League and in Serie A or something. Because if he couldn't, with the season he had last season, being the top goal scorer in the Copa America at all, I know that in the Champions League he exited fairly early and he was the one who missed the penalty, but still, I don't think that Lautaro is ever winning a Ballon d'Or. All this Kane hype and Lautaro gets none. I do think that Harry Kane is a better striker than Lautaro Martinez. I don't think that's a controversial take. I do think that Lautaro is better than people give it credit for. The flag keeps falling. The West has fallen. Panamá es el papá de los Estados Unidos, as Mike has said. Yeah, Mike, máquina del mal. That guy is hilarious. Love to make fun of Mexicans, but they might be winning a trophy again in that useless CONCACAF confederation. No offense to the CONCACAF brothers, but come on. SSV, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Tagliafico should retire? No way, he's only 32 and he's our best left back, and by far, I should say. Tagliafico is amazing, but yeah, his streams are very fun. I saw him opening Pokemon cards recently and having them graded by PSA. He's devolving into the addiction that I have as well with Pokemon cards, so Tagliafico is a great guy, love him. USA losing to Panama in that game was everything wrong with the game in the United States right now. That game representing the current state, yeah, with the empty stadium at all. Yeah, depressing. Yeah, only 1 year away from hosting the World Cup and you lose to teams like Panama. What are your expectations at the World Cup at that point? Yeah, Mexico always beat Panama. Mexico only used to lose to the US in CONCACAF. That's the way it is. So like, if it's not the US in the final, I think that Mexico just wins. I think we already lost with me dropping the flag twice. That means that Uruguay is winning 2-0 once again. Do you know about Empanada? Yes, I know that YouTuber, very good YouTuber, who's made a lot of great educational videos on Argentina. Oh, this is a great attack for Uruguay. Great interception from Otamendi, and clears it away then with a header. Great from Otamendi to deny that chance for Uruguay. Very dangerous with Maxi Araujo on the left. But we are able to clear that ball away. Uruguay still hold possession. And we know that they can be threatening. This is going to be a back and forth game. One criticism that I have about Bar Empanada is that he's clearly leaned towards the left side of the political spectrum, and I'm not saying that's bad. Like, if you have a YouTube channel, it's only fair that you share your own opinions. You can do with your channel whatever you want, But if you're looking for like an unbiased opinion, I wouldn't recommend it. I do think that he does some really good research and that his points are usually pretty good. I'm neither left or right wing centered. I hate politics, but I do think that sometimes Bar Empanada can be a bit biased. But for the most part, I think that his videos are very accurate, very well researched, and very well produced and edited as well. And he has a good narration style and covers a lot of interesting topics about Argentinian politics and its history. Long shot from Paredes goes pretty wide, but we know that Paredes with his long distance shots can be another dangerous threat that Argentina can create, and if Uruguay give him space like that once again, you know he will go for that shot again. This time it went pretty wide. Chiquito Romero said he would start streaming, yeah, and he hasn't. Didn't pay on his promise. Can Argentina host 64 teams in 2030? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We don't have the infrastructure to even host 32, I would dare to say. So even though it's disgraceful for CONMEBOL to agree to only host one game in 2030, there was no way that we were hosting the entire World Cup. No way in hell. I missed the Tavares Uruguay that was literally loft the ball to Cavani so that he can pass to Suarez and repeat for 90 minutes. That's how Uruguay used to win. It wasn't pretty, but they got results and they just barely qualified to the World Cup every single time. Always getting into the intercontinental playoffs, even though they had so much more quality than everybody else. They always had to make it through the intercontinental playoffs, except on 2018 and obviously 2022 where they qualified directly, and they will surely qualify directly this time as well. Who thought 64 teams would be a great idea? Only Infantino, who is after Sepp Blatter. Like every FIFA president in the last 50 years has been a disaster, but like Infantino has been ruining the game as well. The international game, that is like one of the few good things that we have of true football. It's crazy. He goes in on Messi and never knew he was right wing. I don't know what Messi's political stance is, but I would be inclined to say that Messi is more right wing than left wing, but I don't think that Messi has a political agenda, to be fair. Uruguay is better than Brazil nowadays, obviously. I think that that's a no-brainer. Argentina plays tomorrow again, don't they? Yes, Argentina play tomorrow a friendly match against the under-20s for charity for the people of Bahia Blanca who have been hit by a storm, and I'm attending that game. I'm going to that game tomorrow, Argentina against the under-20s. Obviously, the players that are going to play for Argentina tomorrow are going to be basically the players that don't get minutes in this game, and so we're going to see basically Argentina's B team against the under-20s. It's not going to be like the most high-quality game, high-stakes game. It's going to be a friendly for charity, but I'm still going to attend it, and I'm going to record stuff for you guys. I would want to upload that on Sunday for the members to see, and that will go live on Tuesday for everyone to watch before the watch-along of Argentina against Brazil. So I think that should be very exciting. It would be terrible if the USA gets grouped at the World Cup. They are co-hosting, especially with the new format of 8 best third-place teams advancing to the knockouts. Yeah, there's no way that the USA don't make it out of the group, and if they get grouped at that kind of World Cup, at home, disband the federation and just play baseball, basketball, and everything else, and your own football, but like real football, it's not meant for you, buddy. Is the World Cup even profitable? I know many cities and countries don't want to host it. The Olympics, I suspect it might be the same to the World Cup. Yeah, it's not profitable. You might think that at least for 2030 it would be worth it because it's the centenary of the World Cup taking place here in South America, but it's just not realistic, and it's not profitable either. That's a foul on Tagliafico. No, says the ref, but at least Argentina get a throw-in. Today I feel a migrant worker. Yes, the under-20s in a friendly tomorrow. Yes, USA has some really, really good players that play from some very important clubs in Europe, but others just don't get minutes in key positions, and it shows. And the players that are really good don't seem motivated for the national team. So, thoughts on Infantino meeting Trump and presenting the Club World Cup? Well, any association with Trump ahead, I hate, but yeah, I really don't like Infantino. CR7 comes off as more right-wing than Messi, in my opinion. I have no idea what the political stance of both CR7 and Messi is. So, like, I don't know. The Man City owners met Trump recently as well. I wouldn't be surprised. Sorry to hear that, Craig. Hope that things get better soon over there. But in Bahia Blanca, a storm hit. There were massive floodings, and this game specifically is for charity for a hospital that was flooded and lost a bunch of its resources. And so it's for that good cause, helping people going through a very tough natural disaster. No, I don't want another pandemic. No, thank you. That's a bad control from Paredes, and then a foul on Nandes, and that's going to be a dangerous free kick for Uruguay. Great, you mean the fires that were happening in the Patagonia during January and February, right? Hello, CM Pro. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Welcome. Who is Alex? I haven't heard from Alexandra in a while. Alexandra was my only mod in this channel, and she showed up for every Copa America stream, but ever since she has disappeared. No idea where she went. With an awful cross that went directly to the hands of Emiliano Martinez. 25 minutes, and we haven't had great interventions from either goalkeeper. I think that Uruguay had that dangerous opportunity that if it wasn't for Otamendi, oh, here they come now. Darwin Núñez, great interception from Tagliafico. Great from Tagliafico with that sliding tackle to deny that pass from Darwin Núñez. It was a 3-on-4 with a lot of space for Uruguay, but now it's Argentina's turn. Enzo with the shot, and that's an easy save for Rochet, but Argentina final response. Enzo Fernandez shooting with his right foot, trying to place it on the far post like he did against Mexico, but his shot wasn't, as in that occasion, went pretty much to the center, and so Rochet was easily able to catch it. Yes, Venezuela lost to Ecuador. Very good game for Ecuador. They suffered at the end because they started defending a bit too much and they couldn't close it out. Ener Valencia missed a penalty, so that played part too. He did score a brace. But yeah, another loss for Venezuela. At least they have a pretty winnable game now at home against Peru. And if they manage to win that, and they hope that Bolivia don't beat Uruguay, Venezuela can still go ahead of Bolivia in that intercontinental playoff spot. And then the next international break in June, Venezuela actually hosts Bolivia, and so they have a huge chance there to go ahead of Bolivia and make it to the intercontinental playoffs. But they need to actually win games, which is something that they haven't done in qualifiers since 2023. They went the whole 2024 without winning a single qualifier game. They won 3 games at the Copa America, but in the qualifiers, Absolutely nothing. Yes, the fires in the Patagonia. So, from which province are you? I come from Neuquén, currently living in Buenos Aires, but I come from Neuquén, San Martín de los Andes. Second in qualifiers, and that is considering they started with 3 points deducted. So amazing campaign for Ecuador once again. They had collected a lot of points with Felix Sanchez, but now with Sebastián Becasese they seem to be even better, which is crazy. Emi Martinez has to come off the penalty box to head that ball away and ends up clashing with Nico Tagliafico as well. Seems like they're both down in pain. Emi Martinez is grabbing his knee and Tagliafico grabbing his head. Seems like a very, very bad clash between the two. Oof. Rough clash between Dibu and Tagliafico. Yeah, hit Tagliafico's head with his knee. Hopefully it's nothing. An issue with countries like the USA is that some of the players are on the team because they have some relative or someone in the USA that they are not raised in the USA, they are raised in Germany, England. Well, that's something that they used to say about how the USA developed their players as well, that it's actually a very rotten system that you have to pay to even get into the academies, and then you can work your way up if you have the right contacts, and it's not really a meritocracy. It's not based on how good you actually are, so it's really, really complicated for the US to actually get good talent if their good talent gets lost on people who have contacts and just pay more money to get into better academies. Yes, Venezuela can definitely still make the World Cup, I'm sure. But they actually need to win games, especially this next game against Peru and the game after against Bolivia. I don't know if it has much to do with the diaspora, but you can see that the players for the US don't really try anymore. You're from Chubut. Nice. That's nice. Yeah, I'm glad that the Fires actually got better nowadays. Yeah, Ecuador second despite starting with -3 points is crazy. Yeah, they're tied in least losses and they also have the least goals conceded. I believe they've only conceded, with today's goal against Venezuela, that's only the 5th goal they conceded in 13 games, which is crazy for Ecuador. Insanely good defense with Galíndez in goal and obviously Pacho, Hincapié, Felix Torres, Estupiñán. Like the defense for Ecuador is just stacked. Yeah, it seems like Tagliafico and Emi Martinez have recovered, and so play now takes place again. No, I think they both can continue. It's fine. Yes, Enero. We could have really gotten eliminated in that game against Ecuador. It was crazy because we dominated the entire game, but there were a few situations near the end. Ooh, this is dangerous. Bad giveaway from Nahuel Molina. But Maxi Araujo was not able to make the most out of the chance. And so we escape for now, although here comes a cross for Pelistri, tries to head it back in for Darwin. It's cleared away by Cristian Romero. And so far I think that Uruguay have been, right now after seeing this, I can confidently say that Uruguay have been a tiny bit better in the game, even though it's not like they've created a clear opportunity yet. Ooh, the Arrascaeta with the shot, and that's another save for Emi Martinez, and I think that's the very first good save that he's had to make to keep this game level. Powerful shot from Arrascaeta, but pretty routinary save for Emi Martinez. Still the kind of save that you need to make at this level. Yeah, I mean, Chile now sit last in qualifiers, which... yeah. my video is aging like fine wine, and the Chileans and their mad comments are gonna keep coming. Yes, a lot of USA players are doing nationals, I know. Yeah, Ecuador getting grouped in 2022 was very unfair because they should have beaten Netherlands in that game that they drew, and against Senegal, they had the opportunity when they were drawing that game, and instantly Ener Valencia assists Koulibaly, and yeah, that was the end of their World Cup run. Even though they started great and Alfaro was cooking, they couldn't do it. 2026 World Cup is gonna be Canada, USA, and Mexico, as Santiago here said. Yeah, the Photoshop of Ener Valencia in that Louis Vuitton promo of Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi playing chess is so good. Yeah, most of the matches, like there are gonna be 80 matches. It's gonna be 60 in the US, 10 in Mexico, 10 in Canada, which is crazy. Rank say if you moved to the US and you became a footballer, you would want to represent Argentina. I know but that's not the point. I think that it's fine if you have dual nationals. If they fight, if they don't fight, it's the same as having players who are actually born in your country that don't fight. Suriname are in CONCACAF because those countries, Guyana and Suriname, and French Guyana, even though it's French, state, they still have their own national team. Also Curacao and those Trinidad and Tobago. Even though those countries are technically in South America, they really feel like they belong to the Caribbean because they are just so separated from the rest of South America. They don't speak neither Spanish or Portuguese, and so they feel separated from all the others. They feel like they belong to the Caribbean, and that's why they play in CONCACAF instead of CONMEBOL. Didn't they say that Coldplay was gonna play at the World Cup? Ecuador would have lost to England, I would imagine. I think so, yeah. And it would have been the second time that they made the World Cup knockouts, and that time as well in 2006 they also lost in the round of 16 to England. So it would have been crazy if it went back to back on that. There are only 2 World Cup knockout games, both against England, and both losses. Or maybe they get revenge on England, who knows? But they didn't even get the chance. No, Guyana speaks English. French Guyana obviously speaks French, and Suriname and Curacao speak Dutch. Good ball for Thiago Almada, tries to cut inside and shoot, but he gets blocked pretty easily. Now the press from Argentina comes in, but we're not able to win the ball back. But another approach from Argentina, showing a few more signs of life here. But so far, yeah, not a single clear chance created from either team so far. Right, French Guyana is not even recognized by FIFA since it's a part of France. Yeah, but Scotland, it's not an independent country. Neither is Wales or anything, but they still are part of FIFA. I think that's a bit weird that French Guyana can be a part of CONCACAF but not FIFA. I know that they are not an independent country, but you don't need to be an independent country to be part of FIFA, it seems. Same with Guadeloupe and Martinique. Yep. Kendrick in the opening match. Yo, the halftime show with Kendrick. Infantino teased with Drake being there, which was crazy, just to compete with the Super Bowl. A bit of a mix in dialect with Spanish and Portuguese. Imagine your country losing 3-0 in the World Cup final and completely stopped playing at halftime. Yeah, that would feel extremely bad. But it is what it is. I don't think it's that important at the end of things. Yeah, Dumfries played for Aruba. I believe that Van Dijk is from Suriname, or at least has descent. Like he could have been eligible to play for Suriname. Yeah, half of the Netherlands can play for Suriname. I thought that was the case. But I believe that most were actually born in the Netherlands. Yeah, Venezuela has claims on Guyana as well. Yo, Pio, that's crazy. Ooh, good chance for Giuliano Simeone, but it gets blocked at the final minute. Tagliafico now on the ball, decides to play it back. But Giuliano Simeone and Thiago Almada both getting involved in the game, which I really like to see. Ball for Giuliano is a bit too long. Ooh! But Giuliano still gets to the ball before it exits out for a goal kick, and is able to force a save from Rochette, as that cross got dangerously close to actually slipping inside the net of the Uruguayan goalkeeper, and that's going to be a corner for Argentina. Great from Giuliano Simeone to actually follow that ball that looked lost and get a corner from it. Let's see if we can make something happen out of this set piece. We've seen Otamendi score a few headers for the national team already. Paredes is going to take this corner kick. Let's see. Paredes with the cross. It's a bit too short, and that's going to be a goal kick. Otamendi made contact with it as I anticipated, but he couldn't keep it down. So it's going to be a goal kick for Uruguay. That may happen, SSB. I think it happened. Whoa, Nico de la Cruz getting subbed on. Apparently someone has a knock on Uruguay, and so first substitution of the game is going to happen during the first half. Right, fair enough. I don't mean the show, just the whole World Cup. They had Shakira, yeah, at halftime of the Copa America. It was playback, it was a bit disgraceful, and it took longer than it should have. It delayed the restart of the game. It's kind of bad. BBD, mom is from Suriname and his dad is Dutch. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, in the 1980s, before this rule came in that players within the European Union wouldn't count as imports. Before that rule, pretty much all South Americans stayed in their home countries, but after that, it became so much more profitable and convenient for European clubs to buy players from South America. That's where the big exodus happened. They started calling Giuliano El Cholito, yeah, because he's El Cholo's son, the son of Diego Simeone. So like you have El Cholo and El Cholito, the smaller one. Yes, in the 1980s, you could say that the South American leagues were just as strong as the European ones. So yeah, George and Diarrascaeta getting subbed out for Nicolas de la Cruz. Apparently, Diarrascaeta has a knock, and so de la Cruz, who I expected to start this game, is gonna come onto the pitch. So not really harming Uruguay this substitution. If anything, I think that de la Cruz can offer a lot of great things for Uruguay. So I don't think that's a blow for Uruguay whatsoever. Yeah, Zico stayed at Flamengo for most of his career. Julian Alvarez is playing so far away from the box. I don't know if I like that. He's pulling a hurricane at the moment. That's great. Ooh, deflection from Rochette. No! Ball inside the box again. That was a great opportunity. I think that was the first clear chance of the game. Great from Tagliafico to recover that ball. That's not a penalty, says the ref, and I don't think it was either. Tagliafico falls to the ground, but I don't see a foul. Great from Argentina right there. An amazing intervention from Rochette to deny the opener. And finally we see a fight between the players. We were waiting for that. Obviously every time this match takes place it gets heated. And there are the protests, the fights. I don't know, I have to see the replay again to see if there was a penalty on Tagliafico. From afar, I didn't think it was. That looked like a foul from Enzo Fernandez. No, but Enzo gets to the ball first. And a great move from Julian Alvarez for Giuliano Simeone. And again, Simeone with his awareness, just like he had done. Slides it back. McAllister cannot get there. Rochette deflects it away. Yeah, Romero makes a foul on Darwin Núñez, which is what the ref ends up giving. They still haven't shown a replay of the challenge on Tagliafico. No, I don't think anything will change in the landscape of international football SSP. I think that the best players from South America will continue to go to Europe, and potentially from a very, very early age, even before they make their first team debut for a South American team, which would be like the scary part, and it has happened already a few times. I hate it that they leave so young. You don't even get to enjoy good players in these leagues anymore. Exciting young prospects. That's a dumb way to lose the ball. Uruguay's press is so intense, as every Bielsa team does, but we are being a bit too naive playing out from the back like that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get why Europeans downplay Pele's achievements when every time he played against European teams, he destroyed them, and he was by far the best player in the world and showed it at the World Cup against European teams as well. So I don't get why people discredit Pele just because he didn't play in Europe. He made Santos the winners of everything, basically. Copa Sudamericana better than Champions League through facts, factos, facturas. Pablo Paredes now, who... Oh, that looked like an elbow from Nico de la Cruz on Paredes. But I don't think it's gonna be warrant a VAR check. They still haven't shown the tackle on Tagliafico. But yeah, that was an incredible well-timed save from Rochette, and then an amazing tackle by the defender. I believe it was Jimenez, to deny the person who reached for the rebound. The Argentinians in the chat are quite shameless when it comes to this. I want to be able to lay that back on my chair, but I always end up so below on the camera. It's insane. What's going on with my hair? What the fuck? Yeah, Palmeiras sent out that statement about potentially joining CONCACAF if things in CONMEBOL didn't change after another event of racism. I was distracted because the ref blew the final whistle before the 3 minutes of stoppage time that he had signaled were over, which was really weird. But halftime, Very close and tense game between these two teams. Not a lot of chances were created, but I think that Argentina definitely grew into the game. Uruguay, you could argue that were better throughout the first 30 minutes, but they didn't really create a good opportunity while they were in control, and Argentina then grew into the game, and we actually managed to create some dangerous opportunities. So pretty even game so far, but not a lot going on in terms of chances, and so I think that the 0-0 is absolutely fair and understandable so far. No, I don't think it would be good to lose the Brazilian teams from the Libertadores and the Sudamericana, to lose them from World Cup Qualifiers and Copa America. Brazil makes this league more competitive, and so we definitely want to still have them. All the events of racism need to stop within CONMEBOL, but also events of violence in Brazil with the police and the fans also need to stop. That is something that doesn't get addressed by CONMEBOL in the same manner that they address racism, and I think that both things should be talked about and resolved as quickly as possible. Listen, if Brazilian teams not being in the Libertadores means that Boca gets to win it again, I'm all in for it. But Boca is basically the only Argentinian team that consistently beats Brazilians, so I don't know. As usual, the Uruguay-Argentina match is boring as hell. It's not usually boring. At times it can get boring when it's more physical than football, but we've seen some great games. The last one in the qualifiers, I think that it was a great game between Argentina and Uruguay. Do you think that Brazil makes more money in CONCACAF? Basically, every team that visited Brazil during that Copa Libertadores got some sort of abuse to its fans. Vladislav, thank you so much for joining. Welcome back to the stream. As long as there are no injuries, so far, no. Well, the Arrascaeta came off with a knock, replaced by Nico de la Cruz, but that was it. I'm gonna get a pillow right here. Maybe with this I'm able to lay back on my seat and not actually be sinking into the frame. Oh, that's a lot better. What the? Oh, amazing. And I can still have these shirts on the frame while leaning back. I don't know if maybe I need to put my microphone closer so that you can still hear me fine. I heard no complaints about the audio, so I'm gonna assume that the audio is fine. Yeah, I was worried for Emi Martinez and Tagliafico as well, because usually players that receive a blow to the head are subbed out instantly in fear of a concussion, but it wasn't the case for Tagliafico. Apparently it wasn't as bad as it looked. And yeah, if Emi Martinez had suffered an injury to his knee on that, it would have been extremely unfortunate. We would have likely seen a much worse goalkeeper in either Rulli or Benitez hit the field, which I wouldn't have been thrilled about. But it's great that both of them get to remain. Yeah, all teams suffered horrible harassment from the police and the Brazilian ultras, and that's something that doesn't get addressed by CONMEBOL. I think that also needs to change. Racism, horrible. I don't think I need to say that to anybody. That's obviously something that needs to stop, and Brazilians are the main target, and they shouldn't be. And they are on the right to be mad, but they also need to control the violence, and CONMEBOL needs to make sure that they can ensure the safety of traveling fans in Brazil. 2 plus 3 is 5. I don't know where this is going. Thank you. Yeah, audio is fine. Thank you. Yeah, San Lorenzo dominated Atlético Mineiro. Even when San Lorenzo were like playing horrible here in the league, they still put up an amazing effort against Atlético Mineiro. They had so many clear chances. They conceded from one set piece and were eliminated, which was tragic for them. I need to look for my charger to not for my laptop. There we go. So my battery won't run out midstream, which would be a disaster. What's 9 plus 10? 21. Acaba de perder San Lorenzo, as Musu would say. Ha vuelto a perder San Lorenzo, estos burros, estos hijos de remil puta. Tendríamos que llamar al Dr. Dolittle para que les hable a estos burros, a estos perros, a estos caballos, cerdos. Que le hable a estos animales, el Dr. Dolittle. I'm gonna reset the timer and put it on 45 as we get ready for the second half, although there are still a few minutes to go. I wonder if we need to sort something out in the midfield. I would honestly consider dropping Thiago Almada back a bit to be more in a bit of a creator role, and still have Giuliano and Julian up front, or maybe sub someone like Santi Castro in or Nico Gonzalez. But I would be interested to see how Thiago Almada can do in the creator role rather than playing on the wing, where I feel like even though yes he has an impact, he is more limited in his capability to actually do damage to Uruguay. Musso decía acá de San Lorenzo, le hicieron un compilado, fue tremendo cuando era el compilado en vertical y clips acá de perder San Lorenzo, acá de perder San Lorenzo. By the way, thank you Craig once again for the 5 gifted memberships. Make that 11 on today's stream, and this time every single one is going through, which is amazing. Yeah, that's 2 plus 3. Tapiwa, Sadik, Nick Pro, All Rivers, and Mr. Pink, welcome to the bowlers. Thank Craig over here for gifting those memberships. Thank you so much for the support once again. I have so many members right now that it's kind of wild. I have to make sure to keep up the members content. So the next video will be the vlog of tomorrow's game of Argentina against the under-21s, but after that I have to get to work on the video that I promised that won on the poll, and yeah, put a lot of effort on the members content for sure. I wonder if I have enough members to add more emojis for the chat. Right now you have, how many emojis do you have? Do you have 5 emojis as it stands? More than that, you have 7 emojis that you can use so far, but I wonder if I have enough members now to actually add more. If I do, I'll add a few more for you guys to use. Suggest what emojis you'd like to see that are exclusive to the channel. I must change his personality for the sponsor, and then let's angry in the clips. Oh yeah. How many members you need? I don't know, but I remember that 7 was the limit that it allowed me of emojis. Let me see. I don't know if I can see it here from the phone. Right now there are 21 members of the channel, 21 bowlers. We can almost have an 11 versus 11. Well, I guess now we do. Jesus Christ. Santiago Levaro, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. Now, Comfy Futon, Alex, The Boy, Diego, and Old School NASCAR have all become bowlers and members of the channel. So make that. Let's see, does it update? I don't think it updates that quickly. But that should make 26 channel members, which is insane. Craig trying to gift another 10 memberships. I don't think that one went through. But thank you so much still for gifting these many memberships. It's been a very, very successful stream. I believe that I have more people right now than in all of the past Liverpool streams combined. Always the Argentina national team is the one that pushes through for me in these streams. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate it a lot. Helps me out a ton. You have no idea how much this helps me out. So let's see. Yes, I can actually add more emojis now. So, people in the chat, especially those who are members, tell me which emojis you want to see get added. So right now we have me laughing, Boca, Argentina, Liverpool, a dog getting bonked, poggers, and a World Cup. I've done only one watch along for Boca, which was last year's Super Clásico, the one that we lost 1-0 in La Bombonera. That was a disgrace, and ended with Romero getting into a fist fight with one of the fans. Disgrace. But I believe that's been the only watch along I've done for Boca so far. And I think that the next one is gonna be the Super Clásico as well. That's happening in April. Should be at least. Insane from both you guys. Thank you to Santiago and thank you to Crate for all of the gift memberships. Yeah, it's obviously country over club, obviously. No River Plate emoji, no way. Copa America and Copa Libertadores, yes, I can do that. We can add Copa America emoji and Copa Libertadores emoji. CONCACAF and CONMEBOL. I mean, I guess. I mostly want to add emojis that you guys would use, because I feel like the one that you guys mostly use is the one of me laughing, because at least it expresses an emotion as an emoji. The other ones are kind of like something that you can spam. For example, Argentina scores a goal and you will spam the Argentina emoji, or Liverpool or Boca or whatever in those watch-alongs. But for the most part, it's not like, or FIFA, FIFA and money. No, we're not adding that. Also, you've been a Boca fan since fairly recently. That's crazy. I might cry. I don't think I'll cry, but I might. Okay, I guess that makes sense. But it's mostly just trying to think of emojis that would make you go, oh yeah, I want to express this emotion, but there's no emotion, no emoji for it. And I can work on an emoji and add it in the near future. 80, thank you so much for joining. Welcome back to the stream. The image of that goal that Cavani failed? No, we're not doing that. Really, it's only recently that you started watching football. That's interesting. AD as well. AD started watching football at the 2018 World Cup. But if you've only become a Boca fan like, what, 2 years ago, that's still pretty recent. Emi Martinez or Cuti Romero, for what? Like, player as a whole? I think I would take Emi Martinez, but I love Cuti as well. Yes, the players are getting back. We're so close to the start of the second half. I don't think any substitutions have been made. Obviously, Alexander was subbed out for Nico de la Cruz at the start, at the end of the first half, but it seems like no substitutions being made now for the second half. Everyone against Platense. I don't know if I remember that game. I attended, and I have a vlog on my channel of me going to the Platense stadium to watch them play against Boca, and we lost that game. So I guess I'm a bit of a bad luck charm. Yes, everyone who has gotten a gifted membership, either from Crate or from Santiago Lebro, make sure to thank them for that, and welcome to all of the new members of the channel that get access to the emojis, the early access to the content, and the polls to vote on the topic of the monthly video. As we start here the second half of this Uruguay against Argentina game that hasn't provided a lot of excitement so far. Both teams kind of just analyzing each other and fighting over the ball, pressing a lot, but barely any clear chances created by either team. That game where Tevez came back against Quilmes, and yeah, he assisted Caleri for that Rabona goal that I think should have been nominated for the Puskás, and I was mad that it wasn't nominated for the Puskás in 2015. I remember that game a lot as well. And yeah, ever since you watched Boca lose 2 Libertadores final, I've seen us lose 3, like, because you have to add Corinthians in 2012. So like, I've been a Boca fan ever since I have memory. 2007, 2008. I have very vague memories of us winning the Libertadores in 2007, but I was only 5 or 4. I was 5 or 4, which is crazy. But yes, ever since I've been a Boca fan, and I've seen us through the highs and the lows. Right now it's a low, but it is what it is. And yes, the 2010 World Cup was my first World Cup as well. I don't agree. I believe the 2010 World Cup is actually the worst World Cup that I watched, but I obviously remember it with a lot of nostalgia because it was my first World Cup. My favorite World Cup was the 2014 one. Even though it didn't end like I would have wanted it to, I still think it was the best World Cup in terms of everything: entertainment, the fans, the place where it was, the music, the teams. I remember the 2014 World Cup very, very fondly. And obviously 2022 was fantastic as well. I miss Caleri as well. I hope that one day he can return to Boca and he's not washed. We should try to bring him back. Like, I don't know if he's getting many minutes with Sao Paulo, but if we can, we should make an offer for Caleri, I feel like. Even though we have 3 very decent strikers in Cavani, Merentiel, and Milton Jimenez. We lost in a 1-0 with a penalty from Borja. Yeah, that one that Sandes committed the foul, Borja scored the penalty, and then there was a fight, and there were like 4 red cards in the end of the game. I remember that one, yeah. I feel like that one, knowing that data, no, but... Ooh, what a save from Rochette! Amazing counter-attack from Argentina. And Thiago Almada fires with a shot and forces a great save from Rochette. Great play from McAllister assisting Julian Alvarez, and Alvarez for Thiago Almada, who shoots with his first touch, and the fingertips from Rochette deny Argentina the opener, and the goal for Thiago Almada, that's going to be a corner for Argentina. Yeah, nice try from Thiago Almada and great counter-attack from Argentina. Yeah, but Davo like knows stuff from way back and very random games. Like that Super Clásico at least wasn't that long ago and it was a Super Clásico. Davo remembers Boca Lanús 2011 who scored the goals, which I wouldn't be able to do with 99% of Boca games. Y de Rabona, sí, Diego de Rabona, qué golazo. No, it's not because Messi didn't score and because we lost 4-0 to Germany. I think it was the least entertaining one because there weren't that many great teams. The Habulani made it very awkward for players to try and strike the ball, and it made it awkward for goalkeepers to make saves, and so we saw a bunch of wacky goals and a lot of shots over the crossbar because the players overshot it with the Habulani and it skied off the face of the earth. And also the Vuvuzelas so annoying. Try and watch a replay of a game of the 2010 World Cup and tell me that the Vuvuzelas are not hell annoying in the background. I prefer to listen to the fans. The Vuvuzelas just obstruct the noise and it's like noise pollution for the entirety of the game, which is so annoying. And overall, there weren't that many goals. I think that 2010 had some very memorable moments, but personally, I think that in terms of entertainment, 2014, 2018, and 2022 were better. But that's just my opinion, obviously. Valverde from distance, but the shot is very, very central, and that's an easy save for Emi Martinez then. 2014 was your first World Cup. How old are you, Craig, by the way? Just wondering, because it seems like you're slightly younger than me, if that's the case. But yeah, my first World Cup was 2010, and then I very vividly remember 2014. The result of Cerro Porteño Boca 1986, he knows the answer minute by minute. Yeah, that was just a freak. Yeah, the Vuvuzela is so annoying. Listen to any replay or highlights from the 2010 World Cup. You cannot hear anything but the Vuvuzelas and the commentator. It's so annoying. Would you have rather lost the 2022 World Cup final and win the 2014 one? I was thinking about that, and honestly, I think I would, because winning a World Cup in Brazil would have been worth much more than winning one in Qatar. Even though in the way that it happened, it was so magical for Messi to get his last dance in that 2022 World Cup, win that after suffering so much with the national team, suffering so much in the game itself, that final. In the way that it happened, it was magical, Qatar, so I wouldn't change it for everything, but winning in 2014 in Brazil would have been incredible. Once in a lifetime opportunity. I don't know if we're gonna ever play another World Cup in Brazil, and I mean, surely we will, but I don't know if we'll make the final or win it. Get a chance like that again. Legally unable to answer anymore. Okay, fair enough. You can still hear them if you watch AFCON. They are annoying. I respect the Vuvuzelas as a tradition, but like, I want to hear the fans, man. I want to hear what every fan brings to the table, their chants, and whatever. Hearing Vuvuzelas noise polluting the entire game, it's so annoying. Alright, so there's gonna be a free kick. Not on the edge of the box, but pretty near. And we're gonna see, I believe that, who's gonna take the free kick? Paredes, Thiago Almada, Julian Alvarez? Many candidates, but obviously now that Messi is not there, not as prolific as him. But it seems like Paredes is gonna take this free kick. Surely he puts in a cross with the way that Argentina are setting up. Let's see what we can make out of this free kick. Yeah, Paredes with the cross, it's a bit too far away. Rochette comes off his line and deflects it. The ball is still inside the box, cleared away by the defense of Uruguay. I believe it was Ronald Araujo. I think that Simeone is offside. But the play now is going to devolve into a counter-attack for Uruguay. And here comes Darwin Núñez, plays it down the middle. Great interception from Cuti Romero to stop that play. And we escape. Very dangerous counter-attack for Uruguay right there. And now we recover the ball. And apparently the game is becoming more entertaining now, which I can appreciate. But hopefully we're able to win it now that it's more entertaining. The first football match you remember was Argentina-Brazil friendly where we lost 2-0 or 3-0. I don't know. I cannot recall what friendly that is, if it was a friendly. I have seen the Malcorra and Keylor Navas flag that they displayed after the Rosario derby. Yeah, El Clásico Rosarino, in terms of intensity and bitterness between the fans, it's the best derby in the world. In terms of violence and how much the fan bases hate each other, the Clásico of Rosario is the best in the world. I have no doubt about that. It's crazy. Yeah, great interception for Cuti Romero to make that right there. And now McAllister having a chance, and there's going to be a corner for Argentina, I would expect. Apparently, the ref says it's a goal kick. Yeah, I mean, being a Newell's fan, I know a few, and it must be very, very painful. At least Gimnasia 2 years ago managed to beat Estudiantes in a derby, and Huracan has also beaten San Lorenzo. Those are the other two clásicos that are also mismatch, where one is very clearly superior to another. Newell's has been taking L after L after L after L against Rosario Central. It feels so bad. And I feel bad because I actually feel for Newell's. I feel like I have a lot of respect for Newell's. Maradona played there, Messi came from there, Scaloni came from there, Maxi Rodriguez came from there, Bielsa came from there, Tata Martino came from there. They played 2 Copa Libertadores final. They are such a historic club, and they just keep taking L's to Rosario Central, and it makes me mad because I want to see Newell's do well, but they are just the sons of Rosario. There's nothing to do. In 2014, probably before the World Cup. Before the 2014 World Cup, we play a friendly in New Jersey that we win 4-3 and Messi scores a hat-trick, I remember. That was an amazing game. If you haven't seen that game, watch the highlights. Look up Argentina 4, Brazil 3, Messi hat-trick, whatever. Crazy friendly game in New Jersey before the 2014 World Cup. Amazing. Yes, I saw that the Super Clásico has announced its date. I don't have it remembered off the top of my head, but I believe it's April 15th, if I'm not mistaken. Substitution for Uruguay, Facundo Pelistri gets subbed out, and Brian Rodriguez makes his appearance, the player from America, from Mexico, coming in replacing the former Manchester United player. Chacarita in Chicago is another great derby when it comes to violence, but it's just because the Chacarita Ultras are insane. That's mostly what it comes down to. The thing is that the Rosario derby divides a city. Ooh, okay. Good defense from Cuti Romero again, pushing that into a corner kick, but Uruguay really coming for our heads right now. The thing is that Chicago and Chacarita is over one very specific area of Buenos Aires. Rosario is about a whole city, and in Rosario you're either Newell's or Rosario Central, nothing in between. So splits up a city. It means so much there. It's part of the culture. So I believe that the Rosario derby is just the best. Deportivo Madrid and Guillermo Brown, no way. We're not repping the Chubut Derby right here. Yes, but Newell's cannot win at home. That's the crazy part. Yes, it might have been 2012. Might have been 2012. I only remember it was before the 2014 World Cup, but I believe 2012 makes sense because we still had the old jersey, not the one that we actually used at the 2014 World Cup. Yes, it was 2012 because those goals, that hat trick from Messi counted towards his record of scoring 91 goals in a calendar year. Yeah, it was 2012. Oh, you play football as well? Great. That's amazing. Yeah. Good luck on that. Super Clásico better than El Clásico? Yes, I agree with that as well. El Clásico is just the big names, the big audience. But like, the fans in Spain are so mid for the most part, especially in the big teams. They play from Bentancur and Darwin Núñez, but the play dissipates, although Uruguay keeps it in play and are able to put it inside the box. That's a very dangerous opportunity. The shot gets blocked. Another attempt blocked again by the Argentinian defense. But Uruguay are starting to grow into the game. And they had two consecutive shots. Emi Martinez didn't have to make a save because the Argentinian defense were there to make the interceptions and defend. Now Thiago Almada pressing against Ronald Araujo. I believe that's a throw-in for Argentina, but no, the ref says it's for Uruguay because it took a touch on Thiago Almada. Only played in a friendly where we won 8-0, well, then that's a good sign. Perhaps you get to debut in the league. Yeah, El Clásico is not hostile, that's right, AD. Pretty much all derbies in Argentina are hostile, but like the Rosario Derby and El Super Clásico, there is nothing more hostile than that. So 30 minutes to go in this game. Uruguay have been improving. Uy, that was a good attempt for Julian Alvarez. The ball is still inside the box. Great save from Rochet. From the shot from Julian Alvarez. The ball still in Argentina's favor, but the shot goes over the crossbar. The shot from Nahuel Molina ended up going too far. But another great save from Rochet, denying this time Julian Alvarez inside the box, who had to turn to make that shot. The play got a bit messy, but not Lionel Messi, Messi with a Y. And yeah, good attempt from Julian Alvarez, but amazing reflexes from Rochet to deny the opener. Di Romero once again so solid in the defense, even coming back from injury. Amazing! No! Again Rochet. Great through ball for Thiago Almada, I believe it was. And once again, Rochet coming off his line and making the clean interception. It was Julian Alvarez actually once again. Rochet with two very, very clutch appearances to deny the first goal for Argentina right there. Now, after a few minutes where Uruguay were looking better, now Argentina is in control, it seems. Yeah, there were politics in El Clásico before, but then it became Messi versus Ronaldo, and now it's nothing. Turkish derby might be the most hostile in Europe. Yeah, maybe, perhaps. Either that or Greece or the Serbia, the Belgrade derby. El Clásico Espanol versus Vini. When I play with friends, I typically play center back. I play center back, right back, or push into defensive midfield, but mostly center back, I think. It's my main position. I live in the cave. This is looking more punchable after match after match. That's crazy. When was the last time my country did the double against Argentina in World Cup Qualifiers? I don't remember. In 2018, surely somebody did the double against us with how bad we were. I wonder, did Brazil do the double against us? No, we drew with them at home and we lost away in 2018 qualifiers, I think. So they didn't do the double on us. Or maybe we won at home. We didn't lose at home. I remember that. We either won or drew, and then we lost away to Brazil. I wonder if anybody did the double on us in 2018. Pretty sure, yeah. In 2022, no, because we didn't lose a single game. And yeah, if Uruguay were to beat us, they would do the double on us here, that for sure. Tagliafico pushing forward. Great ball for Julian Alvarez once again. But Rochette gets there first, and the goalkeeper for Uruguay is slowly becoming the man of the match. Yeah, okay, we tied with Brazil at home. Yeah, so my memory was right. There's a foul there on Enzo Fernandez. Two substitutions coming on for Argentina. Nico Gonzalez and someone else. I think they announced. Romero and Otamendi have had a great game so far, but the Uruguay's defense has been very solid as well, but Rochette too, so solid. Molina tries to square it down the middle. Still Argentina's ball despite taking a deflection. If Messi was here, we would be winning. I think that we are missing that creative spark from Messi, but we have created a few chances. We just need to be able to finish them. Yes, we would have won in Brazil if it wasn't. ¡Qué golazo, Thiago! ¡Qué golazo, Thiago Almada! Dear Lord! Oh my God! Thiago Almada, qué golazo! Thiaguito! And there were people in the chat telling me why is Thiago Almada starting ahead of Garnacho. Thiago Almada with an absolute screamer. Top Beans beating Rochette and scoring the first goal of the night. Ay, Thiaguito, Thiaguito. Ay, Thiaguito, qué golazo. Qué golazo, Thiaguito. Meu Deus. Nah, give him the number 10 shirt. What is this? If Messi is not playing, why are they giving it to the bum of Ángel Correa? Give it to Thiago Almada. ¡Qué golazo! No, sí, Dibu. Así. Dibu. ¡Pero qué golazo! Oy, oy, oy. We were being better. I think that we deserve that. Uruguay had their opportunities. but over the past like 10 minutes we've been the better team and we were knocking on the door. Rochelle was making some great saves, but Thiago Almada breaks the deadlock with an absolute screamer from outside the box, top bins. And Giuliano Simeone now being subbed out after making his very first cap for the senior national team. Nico Gonzalez subbed in. Great debut from Giuliano Simeone as well. And now we get to see Nico Gonzalez play for the final 20 and something minutes of the game. Qué golazo de Thiago Almada, putting Argentina in front in the Estadio Centenario. Oh wow, we only lost 4 times in 2018. We had a bunch of draws, that I can tell. We had a lot of draws. But are you saying that nobody did the double on us? On 2010, surely someone made the double on us. Surely. In 2014, I don't think so because we walked that qualifying stage. In 2010, surely someone did the double on us. Someone like Paraguay or I don't know. Brazil didn't do the double because we beat them at home and lost on the road, I remember, for the 2010 qualifiers. Yeah, if Nico can play like he did in the Copa America final or in the last few qualifier games, would be fantastic. Cameo from Nico Gonzalez. Messi is old. Messi is still class. Shut up. He's resting. He's saving himself for June. Yes, back. Thank you so much for joining, Maribel. Welcome to the stream. No, Thiago le dijo, el bananero es uruguayo encima, así que le dijo, sacala, chupaverga. No la sacó más. No, anda a buscarla adentro, totalmente. Yeah, Salah actually showed up for Egypt and Vini showed up for Brazil, like crazy timeline we live in 2025. "20 minutes to go plus stoppage time. Argentina winning 1-0 in the Estadio Centenario thanks to a fantastic goal from Thiago Almada. I just realized, like, great, if you're under 18, you don't even know how influential El Bananero was back in the day. Aquel que está allá, ¿cuál que está acá? Oh yeah, it came out of nowhere from Thiago Almada. Crazy. 2 substitutions coming in for Uruguay. Federico Valverde subbed out for Rodrigo Aguirre, and Darwin Núñez subbed out for Viñas. Interesting substitutions for Bielsa. Like, you're down in a game and you sub out Darwin Núñez and Fede Valverde for Aguirre and Viñas. Esta es la bielsada, ¿eh? Esta es la bielsada del partido. No fue el 11 inicial, la bielsada son estos cambios. No, ahora nos vacunan y la vuelvo a cagar. No sé para qué hablo. Alguien que anule Mufa en el chat. El bananero is the real Uruguay goat. He is, yeah. No, Kule, go on Twitter right now. Check out my Twitter in the description and look at that Thiago Almada goal. Brasilero, brasilero, que amargado se te ve. Cada vez nos falta menos para volvernos a ver. Sacale, chupaverga. Enzo Fernandez on the edge of the box. Played it for Nico Gonzalez, who is playing almost as a right wing back at the moment, ahead of Nahuel Molina, which I guess is fine because it lets Molina do more of the defensive work. Paredes holding the ball real well, receives a foul. Great, great, great. Paredes is so good at controlling the game. Why didn't we put 3.5 million to sign Paredes? Riquelme! We could have had Paredes now. Enzo Fernandez is the divorce. Isn't he with his couple again? Like, didn't they reunite? Ooh, that was a decent cross, but the header was a bit too difficult for him to make, and so it's another easy save for Rochette. Belize is playing against Costa Rica. Good luck, Belizean brother. I think you're getting destroyed by good luck out there. We still need McAllister to score and do the celebration, putting the ball under his shirt to celebrate that he's having a child, that he's being a father soon. Oh yeah, Paredes needs to come back to Boca eventually. He's nowhere near finished. He needs to come back to Boca before he's finished. He said so himself. He wants to come back to Boca, but before he's finished. But he still has some years in Europe yet. Yeah, I don't want any more old ass. Gary Medel. Like, signing Gary Medel is crazy. Great block from Otamendi. And the ball exits and it's a throw-in for Uruguay. Yes, that's what I'm saying. We had to put either 3.5 or 5 million. I don't remember exactly what the clause was, but either way, 5 million for Paredes is nothing. We put 10 million for Alan Velasco and we're not gonna put 5 million for Paredes. That's crazy. It's an investment worth making, but we didn't think so apparently, which is insane. Obviously, you still need to add the contract on top of that. You need to pay him a high salary, but 3.5 disgraceful. How are we not spending 3.5 on Paredes while spending 10 million on Alan Velasco, who hasn't played a competitive game since October and costed us the qualification in the Libertadores? It's great. Oh, that angle. You can see how Rochette flies. No, but Thiago doesn't even look at the goal. He just knows where it is and places his foot so perfectly. Yeah, but 12 million for Dybala, it's not expensive, but for the Argentinian football, it's quite expensive. 3.5 million is nothing for a player like Paredes. Nothing. Dybala is 100% better than Marchesín. What are you talking about? Dybala is better than everyone in Boca. Twice the player. McAllister, if you're injured, subbed out. We still need you to finish the season for Liverpool. McAllister, if you need to the change, just ask for it, okay? You also need to play against Brazil, that too. Is that true what Gaston Edul just said, that Thiago Almada goal was the 2000th goal that the Argentina national team has scored in its history? Because that's an insane stat if it is. Oh, Ezequiel Palacios, somebody mentioned him before. Apparently he's gonna get subbed in the midfield. Probably for McAllister, I would expect, especially since he showed him some discomfort before. 3.5 million is like 7 Copa Argentina's winner prices. Stop! Our economy is so bad. AFA, Chiqui Mafia. Let's see, Uruguay trying to plan some sort of a response. That is a very good long ball, but Otamendi once again, once there, and Romero as well, so good defensively. There's the substitution that we mentioned. Alexis McAllister subbed out to make room for Ezequiel Palacios, the player from Bayer Leverkusen, to make his appearance in the game. Yeah, Palacios is another great midfielder, but it's just that we're so stacked in the midfield. You have Enzo, McAllister, De Paul, Paredes, Lo Celso on his feet. So like that's already 5 midfielders that I can think that already are ahead of Palacios. And then you have youngsters that are coming in the midfield that could even make an appearance one day. So like it's just so hard for Palacios to get a spot when you have so many world-class players in our team. We're the best team in the world for a reason. I think that, you know, it is what it is. We have this problem that we have so many good players that you don't know how to fit them all in one team. You can't. You have to choose. And that's the problem, that the good problem that you have. Julian Alvarez wins the ball away from Araujo, but he's all alone, and so he gets intercepted, still wins a throw-in, so very good from Julian. The flag was already falling, but it didn't quite fall all the way. No baby bomb from McAllister. Yeah, unfortunate, but maybe against Brazil. He's saving up for Brazil. To be live on Tuesday night for Argentina Brazil right here, because the tickets for the Estadio Monumental were extremely expensive, so I'm gonna be sitting here with you guys for the watch along for Brazil Argentina. Argentina Brazil actually, because we're playing at home. Maki Smith, he is in Joao Neves, shut up. Minutes to go, plus stoppage time, obviously. Can you go to the pub for the game? I may. That's a really good idea, ID. Why didn't I think that? Wait, I need to go. What? How am I not there right now? I'm crazy. I should be there. We're winning anyway, luckily. No, for the Brazil game, you're right, ID. Thank you so much for reminding me. I need to go to the pub, like we did for the Copa America streams. I need to go back there. Great, I don't think you have seen any of my streams while I was at that parrilla. But I did basically all of my streams for the Copa America, the Argentina games at least, in parrilla here in Buenos Aires, and it was a banger, especially the Copa America stream. It blew up, the final stream. According to Wikipedia, 2071, so Gaston Edul was wrong. No penalty, says the ref. There was a penalty appeal from Uruguay, but there was absolutely nothing, I believe. Never a penalty from Tagliafico. Yeah, absolutely nothing. Nah, don't apologize. I should have thought of that. But I guess I was doing a bunch of stuff today, and I guess I was just too focused on the watch along, and so I stayed here. But yes, for the Brazil game, definitely going to the pub. Aguirre pushing forward, puts in a good pass, but it takes a deflection apparently. Brian Rodriguez is appealing that there was a foul. Molina is appealing that it was a goal kick, and so the ref says, screw both of you, it's going to be a corner for Uruguay. Nico de la Cruz is going to take this one. We know that Nico has an amazing touch. Here he comes with the cross, gets deflected, and it's another corner for Uruguay. We know how dangerous they are on set pieces, so we cannot take this threat lightly. We need to defend like warriors these past final minutes. Great defending once again on the set piece. That cross from De La Cruz also wasn't the best, didn't beat the first man. You're gonna have asado, salud, salud, Creed. Pero sí, tengo que ir a la parrilla después. Paredes cooling off the game, but by throwing himself to the ground. Yo, SSV, welcome back. You missed the goal, go look it up, because Thiago Almada scored an absolute banger of a goal to put us in front like 15 minutes ago, I think. Went to get dinner, fair enough. Hope you have a good meal. But yeah, about 15 minutes ago, Thiago Almada opened the score with a great goal from outside the box. Shout out to that one person who was saying, "Where is Garnacho?" There you go. Yeah, there must be people that go there for every game, or people that just want to eat outside and are there for the game. 2 more substitutions. The final 2 substitutions are gonna come in for Argentina. I'm trying to see who they are. Is Valverde, the defender for Olympique Marseille. Good defending. Let's see if we can go on the counter-attack or if we're gonna put the game on a freezer. Great from Nico Gonzalez. Takes a foul. That should be a yellow card. Yep, there is the yellow card. Yes, Oliveira for that foul on Nico Gonzalez, who made a great run on the counter-attack. Got pizza? Nice, I love pizza. How often do you go to the pub? Probably like less than once a month or once a month. But I should go there for the Brazil game on Tuesday for sure. Garnacho's only 20. What? Garnacho's 20? Garnacho's still 20? Garnacho's still 20, that's crazy. I don't care that Thiago Almada is 24, Thiago is better now. Okay, yeah. Valverde subbed in for Paredes, so we're moving into a back 3. And Angel Correa with the number 10 jersey, which I despise that he's actually wearing that. I suppose Thiago Almada is getting subbed out? Yeah, Thiago Almada subbed out for Angel Correa. Thiago, qué golazo, nene. So Thiago Almada out, Angel Correa in, Paredes out, Valverde in. And yes, I think this does mean we're moving into a back 3 to try and close the game out. Do you only go for big games? No, I would have gone for the other games as well, but like I went for the Copa America like just for tradition, but I don't know, I would go for a bunch of games. You know, I don't eat outside every day because it's not as cheap as just eating at home, but for the Brazil game, surely the occasion deserves it. If you remove Finalísima Confederaciones Olympic Pan American goals, this would be 2001 goal for Argentina. So I guess you need to remove Olympics and Pan American because those aren't senior team, but the rest you should include. So I don't know what was Gaston waffling about then. Pio, chill, just take the L, man. It's not that deep. Amazing save from Emi Martinez on that cross. Oliveira's was a red. I don't think it was a red, but because it wasn't the last man, but for interrupting a counter-attack like that with a foul, definitely a yellow card for Oliveira. Garnacho should probably leave United, I agree with that. Mastantuono is not as good as Yamal, no way in hell. Mastantuono is still a great prospect, but he's not as good as Yamal, at least yet, at this age. Who do you think will win the 2026 World Cup? It's so hard to tell because so many teams could potentially win it. Spain could win it. Germany could win it. Portugal could win it. France could win it. For all I know, the Netherlands could win it or something like that. But I think that we have a good chance to go back to back. Even though it's so hard to go back to back, I wouldn't bet on it. I really hope that we can, though. Obviously, win that 4-star. But I have no idea. It's so hard to predict. Yeah, Karun, you can scroll up to see if it was either Santiago Lebro or Crate. They both gifted a lot of memberships, so thank you so much to both of them for the gifted memberships, and obviously welcome to all of the new members of the channel, the bowlers, that can participate in the polls every month to choose the topic of the next video, use emojis in chat, and get early access to all of my videos. Yeah, Japan as well. Like, Japan is a serious team. Japan can knock out any big team on their day. So, like, it's not wild to think that Japan could make a deep run at the World Cup. I seriously don't think it's crazy. It might have been the first membership you gave. I have no idea. See, Julian Alvarez again playing outside the box, but tries to assist. Angel Correa gets intercepted. Amazing from Otamendi. Yellow card, says the referee. After that defensive play from Cristian Romero. Apparently the yellow went to Julian Alvarez actually for interrupting the play. Yes, Japan is Asia's best chance, for sure. Miles clear of everyone else. I still don't know how they bottled the Asian Cup. That was crazy. Uy, Emi Martinez with the save. 6 minutes of stoppage time. I believe it's fair. Like, there wasn't a lot of time wasted, but still, you need to add a lot of stoppage time in games like this. Didn't even realize the match was happening today. Well, happy you joined then. Oh, you're right. In 2010, we drew with Brazil away and we lost at home. That's what happened. I remember, that was weird. Yeah, we drew on the road 0-0, I think, and we lost 3-1 at home. Yes. I think that by that 3-1, Maradona was already the coach. If we get 6 points from Uruguay and Brazil, #1 team in the world, baby. Let's see if Argentina can make something happen out of this counter-attack. No, but it's going to be a throw-in for us. We're doing very well keeping the possession of the ball. Our only home defeat was to Chile, and Chile were managed by Bielsa back then. We need 4 points to qualify, actually, because Bolivia lost, Venezuela lost. Because Venezuela and Bolivia both lost, we only need 4 points to mathematically qualify. Right now, with this result, Bolivia can tie with point with us because they are 15 points away and there are 15 points left to be played. So, like, Bolivia would need to overcome 15 points. They would need to win all of their games. We would need to lose all of our games, and then they need to overcome 30 goals of plus of goal difference. So, like, we're basically qualified to the World Cup with this game. But mathematically, we need 1 more point, or Bolivia to drop points in the next game. Mathematically, we're not qualified, but essentially with this game, we're qualified to the next World Cup. With a draw against Brazil, or if Bolivia doesn't beat Uruguay, we are qualified to the World Cup this very window. Yes, that's what we need to qualify. draw against Brazil, or if we lose to Brazil, which I really hope we don't, that Bolivia doesn't beat Uruguay and we qualify to the World Cup in March. If not, we have to wait until June. But I don't think it will. I think that surely we get at least a draw against Brazil. I'm hoping for a win, but surely we'll get at least a draw at home. Nobody takes FIFA ranking seriously. I do, because we're first now and we will remain first. But yeah, Belgium still 8th. It's crazy. Classic Kuti. I love Kuti so much, man. Such a great defender, and his nasty tackles are just, as a center back, it's what makes me happy. Yeah, tie with Brazil, we qualify. Red card for Nico Gonzalez. Wait, what? Red card for Nico Gonzalez for that foul on Nathan Hernandez. Wait, what? I was reading the chat, I didn't see the challenge. Was it that bad? I mean, yes, I can say it because he kicks him very high up, contesting for the ball. I suppose that's a red card. I don't have many complaints about that. It's like a cheap red because he was contesting the ball, but yeah, it's a red. If he kicked Nandes that high up, it's a red. No, I don't agree. The World Cup champions shouldn't auto qualify. Still have them play competitive games. Well, we have to close out this game with 10 men, but luckily there's only a few seconds to go unless the ref decides to add a few more minutes. However, here comes Uruguay with the ball. Gonna put in a cross. We have to clear it away. So many people inside the box. Foul in favor of Argentina, says the ref. Let's see if he blows his whistle right now or if he adds another minute after that red card. No, yeah, it was a straight red. There's the final whistle. Argentina wins on the road against Uruguay. We take revenge after we lost to them in La Bombonera. We beat Uruguay, the World Cup champions, win again on the road. That was being something that we weren't able to do because we lost on the road to Paraguay, we lost to Colombia, and now on the road we are able to get this victory against one of the best teams in the world, in Uruguay. We defended brilliantly, and one moment from Thiago Almada makes the difference and has us win this amazing game against Uruguay and put us this close to qualify to the 2026 World Cup already. Fantastic game from the national team. 28 points, 6 points clear of second place, that is Ecuador at the moment, as Uruguay fall all down the way down to 4th place in the qualifiers, tied on points with Paraguay, who are on a massive winning streak. Crazy. Missing the goal, Darwin Núñez. Great game, fantastic game right there and then. Gotta go eat. Well, thank you so much for joining, Crate, and thank you so much for the company and for gifting those memberships. Once again, you were great. the flag and the setup paid off. Clearly, good luck charm. I don't think I'll be able to take them to the restaurant, but the restaurant, if it's its own good luck charm as well. Thank you so much, Mr. Krabs. Nice win. See you later. Everyone seems to be dipping out, but yeah, amazing win. We're gonna be here on Tuesday to play against Brazil. Tomorrow I'll be attending the Argentina game against the under-20s, that friendly for charity, and I will do a vlog that I will upload for the YouTube members on Sunday, and that will go up for everyone on Tuesday just before our stream against Brazil. And hopefully we get another win there. 6 points in this window and qualification to the 2026 World Cup would be fantastic. Amazing win from the World Cup champions once again. So yeah, thank you to everyone who joined the stream. AD, Vladislav, Mr. Crab, Crate, everyone. Santiago Lebro, who also gifted membership, so thank you so much for that. Theo, even though you were bluffing for a bunch of this stream. Karun, everyone. SSB too, Kule joined at some point, back. Elijah was here at some point. Yeah, Mats came on for a few moments. Everyone who joined, thank you so much for your support once again. Another successful national team stream. Argentina, Brazil, Tuesday. Remember to be here, remember to subscribe, remember to like the stream. Thank you so much for joining. I'll be seeing you